So we've got council elections coming up, and historically there's quite a low voter turnout in these elections, but it's a really important election for people to vote in because it's an area that you can have quite a lot of control over, and the council has a lot of influence over your kind of everyday life.
Yeah.
So my first question is, what does the council actually have control over? So why is it important that people vote in these elections?
Very important question, and thanks for asking. I remember when we were asked, when I was first made a councillor, the chief executive had said that the council deals with births, marriages and deaths and everything else in between, and that is literally what happens. If you think of your life locally, the council has a huge influence on that, and so the elections coming up were something that I think that each and every one of the local people should take an interest in and exercise their right to vote.
If people have voted in previous elections, so for example the elections last year for Scottish Government, do they need to re-register for these elections, or are they fine to leave it?
Usually what happens is that you get an annual reminder, and that's all you need to do. So if you filled in that annual reminder, then that's you registered. If not, if you're not sure, just check with the local council if you're registered or not.
Perfect. So I've been trying to find out who's kind of standing for election in my local ward, but it's quite hard to find that information. So how can people find out who's standing for election in their local area, and when do we find that out?
So the process starts actually fairly soon in terms of the nominations. Those who wish to be considered for a council, they put in their nominations, and when the close of the actual nomination period, there will be a list that will be published, which will be publicly available, probably in all council buildings. It'll be in the local press, so keep an eye on that. And again, if you're able to see when they're finished, you can also phone up the council and ask who is standing in your area.
So the council area is split into different wards. How does that work with who you actually vote for?
There's a number of wards, multi-wards. The ward that would be is here is Mid Argyll. So in this area, we have 3 councillors to be elected. In each other areas, it's generally between 2 or 4 councillors within each ward, and it's generally split up with 4 areas. There's Mid Argyll area, there's the Oban area, there's Helensburgh and Bute Cowell. So whatever area you're in, have a wee look and see who's standing.
The council elections use the single transferable vote system. Could you explain a little bit about how that works?
So if we say, let's look at here, if there were 6 candidates standing for election, what happens is that you as a voter have the opportunity to vote for these 6, so in terms of preference. So up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, literally the numbers. It's important to exercise as many as you wish to do, because if one of your candidates have got through, there's the second votes and the third votes and the fourth votes, and even up to the 6th votes are equally as important. So it's a 1 to 6, and exercise your right to vote as much as you want for that. Perfect.
So once the elections are over, what happens then? How's the council formed out of the election results?
The bun fight begins. So what happens is that all 36 come together, and there are various allegiances. Just to give an example, so the council administration is made up of Conservatives, of Liberals and of some independent councillors, and the opposition is made up of SNP councillors and independent councillors. So it's really it's a numbers game, and who wants to go with who, and at the end of the day there'll be an administration with a majority number and an opposition with a minority number.
Right, yeah, so it's important to vote for the councillors who you think will kind of represent your views the best.
Absolutely.
Because, yeah.
And that goes back to taking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 votes. You have an opportunity to do that, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So after the election again, how can people stay engaged with kind of things that are happening in the council? So what's the best way to kind of contact your own local councillors? How do you find out who's the best to contact about what issue?
So after the council election, it'll be announced who is obviously your councillor in that particular area, with particular contact details, emails, phone numbers. There'll be surgeries. Some councillors do surgeries. I prefer to go to people's houses. That's just my own preference. So there's various things. Depends who has been elected within your ward. So for example, people might come to me because I have a health background, and if they've got health issues they may well want to use me, or like Sandy Taylor, who's a sitting councillor just now, he had an environmental health issue, background, and Donnie McMillan, who's in our area, is just an amazing man and knows everything locally, so it just depends who's elected.
Yeah, perfect. Amazing. Thank you so much
That's
for
it.
answering my questions.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure. Thank you.